Hi everybody and welcome back to our channel. We are the Wedding House Derby, which is a bridal boutique based in the East Midlands. My name's Lolly and I'm one of the bridal consultants here, and this is my darling director Jo. She is honestly a godsend and we're very lucky to have her.
Thank you.
In our last episode, we explained how to best choose which bridal boutique is for you, and in today's episode, we're going to discuss how you can prepare for your upcoming appointment to make sure that you get the absolute best out of your bridal buying experience.
Okay, so the first thing you need to think about is who do you want to come with you, and you need to invite them. Now, you may have tens of people you want to come with you. It may only be one person. You may just say, I'm just bringing one special person in my life. What we would suggest is no more than 3, and that's because if you bring lots of people, you're going to have lots of opinions, and then sometimes it makes it more difficult for choosing, and it can make you feel more overwhelmed. So just try and think who it is you want to be there, and make sure those people are there, because it's a real shame if you actually find your dress and you want that yes moment, but you can't do it because you feel like there's particular people missing that you need to be there.
And on that note, we would also say it's probably best to discuss your boundaries with your entourage as well. Even our most well-meaning friends and family can sometimes get a bit excitable in appointments and sometimes kind of turn the tides of how the appointment can sometimes go. So the things that we would recommend is having that conversation with them in advance are things like if you're happy to have photographs taken or not, if you're letting them pick a dress for you, specifically mum. If you're asking mum to come along, they're usually on the premise that they're going to be able to pick a dress, and then if you get there and you're actually like, no mum, you're not allowed, it does make it a little awkward and it can sour it a little bit. So just make sure that you set those expectations prior to arriving. And again, we mentioned it in the first episode, but if anybody is contributing towards the dress, just kind of have that conversation again as the appointment arrives, because their financial situation might have changed between now and when they initially offered, and you just want to make sure that you're fully transparent with everything there.
So we've all heard of the something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Wedding traditions change. This is one that's still very much around, and particularly the idea of something borrowed. So if you're planning on borrowing maybe an important heirloom, a piece of jewellery, a veil,
yeah.
grandma's veil, which quite often people do, and it's an absolutely beautiful touch, then it might be worth considering bringing that along to your appointment, because you need to see if that special item is going to work with the gown that you fall in love with, whether it's going to complement it, whether it fits in with your overall wedding theme.
We mentioned in the previous episode that we would recommend downloading Pinterest and screenshotting dresses and styles that you're loving, but when you get closer to your appointment, our specific advice would actually be to go on the boutique that you're attending social media and website and screenshot specific dresses that they actually have in the store. It's all well and good showing inspiration pictures, but if there are a couple of very specific dresses that you want to try on, it's a really great starting point for your consultant to pull straight away at the start of the appointment. Our next tip is actually to get glammed up. A lot of brides will feel apprehensive about wearing makeup or fake tan to their appointment, and we actually encourage it because it's much harder to envision what you're going to look like on your wedding day if you're not glammed up to the same calibre that you think you might be styled on the day of your wedding. So if you are a big glam wearer, please don't hesitate to do it. If you don't wear a lot of makeup, don't feel obligated to put a lot on either. We want you feeling as confident as is possible. And if you are a fake tan wearer, we just ask that you rinse the top layer off. Not a biggie. Specifically, if you have your hair done in the same way that you're thinking for your wedding, you'll be able to try on veils more effectively, because some veils look better with certain hairstyles than others.
So it's quite tempting to make a big day of your appointment, a big girl's day, and it is lovely to be all together, and we always would recommend celebrating that, but we would say try not to cram in a lunch date straight after your appointment, because you don't want yourself to feel rushed, you don't want yourself to feel under pressure. It's better to take your time sometimes. And actually, people underestimate just how tiring it is trying on wedding dresses, particularly if you're going for some of those bigger, heavier styles. It's quite hard getting in and out of them, and you will find actually that by the end of the day, you're much more tired than you probably anticipated. Okay, so that's it for today's video. We hope you found that helpful. In our next video, we're actually going to talk about the day of the appointment. So what you will need to bring with you and what you can expect at the actual appointment.
Thank you so much for watching. We really hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you are looking forward to the videos coming up, don't be afraid to give us a little cheeky subscribe, and if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them down below, or if you're more of a social media kind of person or an email person, please don't hesitate to reach out to us either on Instagram or through our emails as well. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.
Bye!